prove that snakes are not cold-blooded animals. I was reborn as a little white snake in the mountains, just when I was full of passion, ready to actively integrate into human life. I realized that the first thing I had to deal with was the survival problem in this brutal mountain forest. So every day I was either boxing with mountain cats and honey badgers, or constantly keeping watch for sudden attacks from eagles in the sky. Finally, after 20 years of abuse from society, I managed to become the top dog in the mountains. But at the same time, I lost the original passion I was born with. Although during this period I had saved a few human lives, but a snake is a snake. It will never become a human. Fortunately, over these 20 years, I didn't come away completely empty-handed, at least in these spiritually charged mountains. I learned to cultivate. This came to me without a teacher, probably thanks to the memories from my previous life as a human. I could always find good spots. Early in the morning, rock crevices just touched by the sun. Small puddles formed by seeping water were all treasures. Since I've traveled back to ancient times, I might as well fully experience the freedom of being a snake immortal. Snake immortal is what the poor villagers nearby call me. Actually, I only occasionally send some food, just to scare the bullies. The villagers don't pray to the heavens when trouble comes. Instead, they come to me. But what kind of immortal am I? In this world full of cultivators flying everywhere, my cultivation is pitifully low. I can only diligently absorb spiritual energy every day, hoping to grow stronger. Until a gray wolf that had awakened its intelligence came to my territory. This beast was fierce, ruthless, and cunning. It also knew that eating powerful prey could increase its cultivation. It came looking for trouble every day. I initially wanted to avoid it. Instead, it found me weak and easy to bully and became even more aggressive. I got furious. The fighting spirit deep in my bones, surmounted, and I determined I had to kill it. When two fierce beasts met, there were no empty pretenses or probing. We went straight at each other for the kill. I deliberately left an opening, using my body as bait. The moment it bit me, I also bit down hard on its back, injecting venom fiercely. The gray wolf went mad, tearing and struggling, but the venom took effect quickly. Something was wrong all over its body. I took the chance to coil around its neck, dragged it and jumped into the deep pool. The water was my home turf. I strangled him tightly, until he completely stopped breathing. Only then did I drag the corpse to the surface. This fight exhausted me to death. I desperately needed to recover and drank wolf blood in large gulps. I hadn't been drinking for long. Before my vision went dark and I passed out. I don't know how long passed, when a dog's barking woke me up. To the west, a weaned little yellow dog was barking at me. The old woman washing clothes by the side also saw me. I was so scared I knelt and kowtowed. Oh my heavens. Could it be a dragon descending from the sky? She had mistaken me for a dragon fallen to the mortal world. As soon as the old woman said that, a strange force enveloped me, and my originally weakened soul instantly recovered. Later I came to know that this was the legendary karmic endorsement. Although I wanted to follow the orthodox path, I needed someone to confer the title on me. If you're decreed a demon, you stay a demon forever. If you're decreed a god, then you have a chance to transform completely. Those unintentional words from the old woman were a tremendous blessing to me. I nodded at the old woman 3 times as a gesture of thanks. Just as I was about to leave, she started making wishes, from a bountiful harvest to her deceased husband's reincarnation. Listening to it left me utterly helpless. This scope of business is beyond my capability too. No choice. I could only settle down in the woods near his house. In case something happens, I could lend a hand. And so I stayed for half a year. Chaos engulfed the land. The flames of war reached this desolate mountain valley. The authorities were conscripting men. All the young men in the village were gone. The remaining elderly, weak, and disabled became easy prey in the bandits' eyes. Seeing the village catch fire, I hurried straight to the old lady's house. Luckily, her home was secluded, and the bandits had only just kicked the door in. The 2 bandits saw a giant white snake coiled inside the room. Before they could react, I transformed into a white flash, charged over, and took them down on the spot. A demon, a monster! The remaining bandits were so terrified their souls scattered, and they fled as fast as their legs could carry them. It was then that the old lady suddenly knelt down and wept. "Sacred dragon, I beg you, please save our village! We can't go on living like this." I paused for a moment and gently shook my head. With my meager cultivation, rushing into a band of bandits would be like delivering myself as a meal. If I can even protect my benefactor, that's more than enough. I coiled up at the doorstep, watching the thick black smoke billow above the village. I suddenly turned and bolted madly deep into the mountains. At that very moment, I have thoroughly confirmed that cultivators truly exist in this world. I can clearly sense someone flying in the sky. Soon after, the body temperature of the bandits on the ground dropped rapidly. It must have been the cultivator in the sky who made a move. Cultivators love to slay demons and vanquish evil the most. Seeing me, this giant serpent, they would conveniently slay me on the spot. To survive, I ran for my life with all my might. Yet, unbeknownst to me, the 3 people in the sky were watching me with great interest. 3 people stood on the flying sword in the sky. A pair of children, a boy and a girl, just over 10 years old. A beautiful woman. The little boy pointed at me and said angrily, "Master, look at this long serpent, it still wants to escape. Kill it quickly." The woman chuckled. "Why should we kill it? This serpent has been harming people in broad daylight. If we don't kill it, it will be hard to quell public anger." Did you see clearly what kind of person it was killing? What else could it be? It must have been a villager. If we hadn't arrived in time, that old grandmother would have likely met with disaster. "Master, just ask your junior sister, she'll know." The little girl beside him thought for a moment and then nodded. The woman shook her head and sighed. No matter how many books Zemo and Linksy read, it is never as good as going through the experience themselves. What the eyes see may not always be the truth. From now on, I should take you down the mountain more often. The bandits committed all kinds of evil. They are wicked villains. This white snake killed only the wicked. It has never harmed an innocent villager. Tell me, is this snake hateful? Or are those crime-ridden bandits more hateful? The 2 little ones lowered their heads and said nothing. Deep down, they still couldn't accept it. Even a monster can be kind. The woman said, "Remember, always think twice before acting. Don't let appearances blind you." "Yes, master. Yes, mentor. That white snake has returned to its lair. Let's go down and take a look." Panting heavily, I ran back to the valley, climbed the old ginkgo tree and rested halfway up. The 3 of them watched this scene. The woman noticed that although the valley was not a paradise, its spiritual energy was decent. The deep pool and mountain terrain faintly formed a spirit-gathering array. The ginkgo tree was the array's eye. This white snake is somewhat lucky. As soon as the words fell, the three instantly appeared on the boulder beneath the tree. I panicked, instinctively going on alert. Eh? So it's just a little snake with condensed chi. Quite interesting. Upon hearing this, I immediately gave up resistance. I slid down the tree trunk to beg for mercy. What else could I do? Had you not seen the divine sword hanging in midair? That was a sword immortal. My flesh wasn't even enough to fill the gaps between her teeth. The woman looked me over. She found me both ordinary and special. Most spirits are stupid and dull, but I exuded a certain cleverness. My earlier shock and my instant surrender both screamed street-smart wit. The woman changed her mind. Little snake, how about coming up the mountain with me as a guardian beast? I didn't know if she liked my snakeskin or my intelligence. All I could do was nod quickly. Although she didn't seem like a bad person, what if she suddenly decided to make a snakeskin wallet? The woman waved her long sleeve. My vision went dark and I was sucked into her sleeve. When I opened my eyes again, I was already on a mountain as beautiful as a celestial realm. I followed behind the three of them. Everyone we met along the way bowed to the woman. I roughly figured things out. This was the #1 sect under heaven, Chunyang Palace. The woman was called the Swordmaster's junior sister, Yungxi. The boy was named Zemo. The girl was named Lingxi. Cloud Creek only took these two disciples. Others would break their heads trying to get in. Looks like I found myself a golden thigh to cling to. Even the scraps and leftovers thrown my way would be more than enough for me. Guarding the gate is fine, really quite nice. We arrived at a secluded and exquisite palace. Looking at the empty main hall, I realized that I was truly here to guard the gate, as long as I don't end up as snake soup. Guarding the gate is fine with me. This palace will be your residence from now on. You also need to help patrol the temple on the nearby mountaintop. I've already spoken to the kitchen and the internal affairs office. You can go to the kitchen to eat. Also remember that the palace has many rules. No wandering around carelessly. Otherwise, no one will be able to save you. Seeing Yunxi's stern expression, I quickly nodded. He was very satisfied. He immediately began teaching the disciples to cultivate. I pretended not to understand, and crouched in the corner eavesdropping on the teachings. The Tao gives birth to one, one gives birth to two. From then on, I also started a proper life of cultivation. Zima wasn't very friendly to me, often glaring at me. Lin Shi, on the other hand, liked to touch my scales. Girls really do love beauty. Life passed by quite leisurely, taking it easy. A little mouse watched the practice of skills, breathing, and cultivation. But lately I've been staring at the jade bottle on Yungxi's tea table. The elixir inside must taste delicious. Today I caught the scent of medicine wafting again from Lingshu Palace. Lingshu was exclusively in charge of alchemy, rolling in wealth. I passed through the main hall familiar with the route, went to the backyard, ignored the gatekeeper disciple, pretended not to see a pet snake belonging to the sect leader's junior sister. Coming here to nibble on some herbal dregs was nothing. That's right. I was here to eat discarded pills and herbal residue. They were toxic to humans, but to me they were a great tonic. I crouched in my usual spot. Soon a disciple brought over the useless batch list. I opened my mouth and sucked in over a dozen pills, coiled up and waited for the next round of freebies. Almost a month had passed. My cultivation had soared by leaps and bounds. If I ran into that gray wolf now, I'd strangle it outright. No need to drag it into the water. I devoured 2 more rounds of discarded pills and a large crate of herbal dregs. Satisfied, I returned to Qingshu Palace. Ignored the 2 kids practicing their skills. Climbed onto the ancient pine by the cliff to digest the medicinal power. Didn't expect an accident this time. I stayed motionless on the tree, lying stiff like a corpse all day long. Lingxi was so frightened that she shouted, "Master, master, something terrible!" Big White was rolling its eyes, as if it were about to die. Yungxi instantly sensed a sweep of divine consciousness. She looked at me, the servant with strong vitality, and comforted. "Don't worry, Big White is fine. He might be undergoing some kind of transformation." Lingxi breathed a sigh of relief, but Yungxi was puzzled. This snake's cultivation speed is too fast. What did it eat? Lingxi and Zemo exchanged a glance, and lowered their heads. "What's wrong? Don't tell me you fed him the experience pills meant for the disciples in the palace." No. Master, Big White recently just went to Lingxu Palace and ate a lot of waste pills and dregs. He probably ate almost a basin full. The corner of Yungxi's mouth twitched at the waste pill dregs. They are indeed nourishing for a snake, but this creature ate a whole basin. This is going to trigger an evolution. Actually, I wanted to tell Lingxi. I wasn't rolling my eyes. I was about to shed my skin. Shedding skin is a life-threatening thing. Fortunately, half an hour later, I successfully put on a new skin. Yungxi watched this scene and fell into thought. I never expected to witness the entire process of this snake shedding its skin. My state of mind subtly improved. Casting off the old skin, being reborn anew. Indeed, everything in the world has its own fate and reasoning. A few days later, Lingxi came running to call out, "You big lazy bones, stop sleeping. How about coming with me to the back mountain to pick some fruit?" I turned over and continued sleeping. I'm a meat eater. Fruit tastes terrible. Lingxi dangled a bait. "If you go with me, I'll get you a nourishing foundation pill." Upon hearing nourishing foundation pill, I jolted up as if rising from the dead. "You agreed? As expected, you're a gluttonous snake. You've eaten so many wasted pills and they still haven't choked you to death. Let's go, let's head to the back mountain." Lingxi led me to find a pear tree. She pointed at the top of the tree. "Hey, you big lazy snake. Climb up and pick that pear for me. I can't reach it." I rolled my eyes. "You know, light-footed kung fu, and you say you can't reach it? For the nourishing foundation pill." I still climbed up. Just then, I saw an acquaintance approaching. This person is called Qin Chuan, senior disciple of the Pure Sun sect. Good-looking, pleasant-tempered. The female disciple's dream lover. I get it. This girl dragged me here to create a chance encounter. Lingxi fumbled to straighten her clothes. Ran over to bow. "Greetings, senior brother." Qin Chuan patted her head. "Lingxi, have you been sneaking off to the back mountain again? You're so mischievous. Uncle Yun will be upset if he finds out." No. Master actually knows all about it. Senior brother. "Are you here at the back mountain to practice?" "I just came out of seclusion, feeling a bit bored. Just taking a walk. Uncle Yun dotes on you the most, but you can't just fool around and neglect your training. You've even coaxed Uncle Yun's great serpent out here." "That's not true at all. I brought him out to eat pears. Senior brother, don't underestimate him just because his cultivation is low. He's actually very clever." "You lazy snake, show senior brother your tail." I rolled my eyes, too lazy to bother. Oh dear. You lazy oaf, are you trying to rebel? Believe me, I'll go back and tell Master you ate the crane. I nearly fell out of the tree. How does this girl know everything? Qinshuan quickly said. Junior sister Lingxi, don't bully this white snake. Hunting can awaken its spiritual intelligence. But it's really not easy. Alright, you go play by yourself first. I'll take a walk up the mountain. To clear my mind? Lingxi clenched her fist and mumbled, this lazy bug just won't listen. Senior brother, don't mind it. One day I'll definitely discipline it properly, and make it behave obediently. Seeing Lingxi's love-struck face, I sighed silently. Senior brother treats you like a child. Poor girl. Just then another person came. I quickly nudged the dazed Lingxi. Why are you pushing me? Lingxi looked up. Her expression changed. The luggage looked a little scared. Second senior brother, junior sister. Lingxi greets second senior brother. Second senior brother frowned at me and said, so it's junior sister Lingxi. What's with this snake? In reply to second senior brother, this is the demon beast my master brought here to guard the main hall. Even beasts can now enter the gates of Chunyang Palace. I stared hard at this second senior brother. Impatiently, he reached for his sword. You beast, how dare you glare at me? Lingxi stepped in front of me. Second senior brother. This white snake is very dear to my master. You'd better not provoke him in the future. Who knows, maybe one day he'll turn into a snakeskin sword scabbard for the junior disciples. Second senior brother left with a flick of his sleeve. Lingxi breathed a sigh of relief. He truly was the second disciple of the sect leader. Xiaofeng had the worst temper. He always thought his cultivation was superior, and went against the senior brother at every turn. I hope that in the sect tournament, he doesn't lose too terribly. The chance encounter was ruined. We returned to the palace early. It seems that Pure Yang Palace is fraught with intrigues too, but that's none of my business. As long as I eat well and sleep well, that's enough. A few more days passed. I put on the life-saving jade pendant Yungxi had given me, and sauntered over to the kitchen. One can't skip meals. I had gotten close to the fat chef in the kitchen. He always saved a big pot of meat for me. This time was no exception. As soon as I entered the back kitchen, I spotted my meat. But just as I was about to dig in, something unexpected happened. A sweet fishy smell wafted in. The scent was very faint. Mixed in with the aroma of the meat, I almost didn't notice it. But I knew this stuff too well. It was dissolution powder. Poison specifically for killing demonic beasts. It dissolves demonic power and rots the inner core, and it's not over yet. It seems extra ingredients have been added inside. My tongue flicked out to test it. Well, damn. There's also 10 bone powder, specifically designed to ruin a cultivator's meridians. They're dead set on taking my life. I glanced at the corner. Fat Chef was sleeping like a dead pig. Drool was flowing long. He must have been drugged too. I sneered inwardly. In Pure Yang Palace, someone truly has it out for Yungxi, using me, her pet snake, to make a point. It's both disgusting and leaves no evidence. If I were an ordinary beast, I'd definitely be done for today. But too bad, they picked the wrong snake. For over 20 years, I've been eating waste pills as meals. My body has long been immune to all poisons. This poison is no different from drinking water to me. On the contrary, these two potent drugs are just what I need to use for my cultivation bottleneck. I was just worrying about being stuck in my cultivation progress. And someone sends me a pillow. I pretended not to know. Buried my head into the meat basin, eating with hissing sounds, gulping down large chunks of poisoned meat. My stomach immediately felt like a fire had exploded inside, burning fiercely. The poison madly raced through my meridians, trying to tear my body apart. Perfect timing, I shouted inwardly. The wasted medicinal pill's power inside the body was like a shark. Smelling blood, it pounced, enveloping the poison and crushing it completely. A pure demonic energy was transformed, rushing violently towards the Dantian. The bottleneck loosened. The time had come. I was sent flying by a single roar. Crashing heavily to the ground, my whole body twitched uncontrollably. My body writhed wildly. Foam poured from my mouth. My eyes rolled back. Only the whites were visible. In the back kitchen, only the sound of my tail smacking the ground remained. Before long, I stopped moving. Even breathing ceased, like a dead snake. After a while, from the pile of clutter in the corner, a menial disciple emerged, poking his head out, looking around cautiously. A sneer of malice spread across his face. He approached, prodded my tail with his toe. No reaction. Dead. Now reassured. His grin grew more arrogant. He pulled out a communication talisman, infusing it with spiritual power. The talisman paper glowed with a faint hum. Second senior brother, it's me. His voice lowered, fawning with every syllable. The deed is done. That beast Yungxi already fell for the trap. Dropped dead on the spot. I saw him breathe his last with my own eyes, just like on the messaging formation. The cold voice of Xiaofeng came from within the mansion. Good, was it done cleanly? Rest assured, second senior brother. The fat cook has been knocked out by my soothing powder. He'll sleep for 3 days and 3 nights. When he wakes up, this snake corpse will already be rotten. No one will find anything. The menial disciple looked eager to take credit. Cut out the tongue, and bring it to my cave dwelling. This matter is between you and me, if even a hint leaks out. Xiaofeng's tone was murderous. Rest assured, senior brother, I'm very tight-lipped. I'll deliver the tongue to you right now. The menial disciple nodded and bowed. He cut off the communication. Rubbing his hands together, he pulled out a dagger. His eyes gleaming, he came for me. A broken snake dares to throw its weight around in Pure Yang Palace. One second senior brother wins the championship at the big cake competition, and surpasses that surnamed Qin. The entire Pure Yang Palace will be the domain of the sect leader and second senior brother. By then, forget about Master Yungxi. Even the sect leader's junior sister will have to step aside. He muttered to himself, as he walked up beside my head. Cut off your head. If second senior brother is in a good mood and rewards me with a few pills, maybe I too can successfully build my foundation, and never have to do this servant's work again. He raised the dagger to my neck, a look of fanaticism on his face. The blade had just touched my scales. Just as he was about to use all his strength, my rolled back eyes snapped open. A pair of golden slit pupils lit up like 2 points of light in the darkness. No anger, no killing intent. I just wanted to watch the show. A smile frozen on your face. The dagger clattered to the ground. He stood there as if possessed, his face instantly turning deathly pale. Demon, you're not dead? His throat went dry. His legs trembled like a sieve. I couldn't be bothered with nonsense. I sprang forward, lashing out with my tail like a steel whip. Crack, the bones shattered. The menial yelped in pain as he flew back, slammed into the wall and rolled down again. He writhed on the ground, clutching his broken leg. I slithered over, put my face right up to his and stared at him, saying, "Xiaofeng, what else do you want to do?" My voice went straight into his brain. He was terrified out of his wits. Even forgot the pain. You can speak. Answer my questions. I'm impatient. I don't know. I don't know anything. She screamed, crawling backward with her hands and feet. Is that so? I flicked my tongue, sending the dagger on the ground flying. With a thud, the blade pinned into his uninjured leg, nailing him firmly to the ground. Ah, he let out another agonized scream. I'll ask one more time. What is Xiaofeng's plan? I'll talk. It hurts like hell. He spilled everything like beans from a bamboo tube. Second senior brother said to eliminate you first. To throw Uncle Master Yangxi into utter chaos. Then during the competition, he has prepared soul-sealing pills to cripple first senior brother's cultivation. Once first senior brother falls, Uncle Master Yangxi's entire branch will completely collapse, face covered in snot. Tears streaming down, soul-sealing pills, how vicious. This thing can lock spiritual energy. It turns a person into a cripple. Using this trick in the competition, Qin Shen will not only lose, he might even be severely injured, his foundation destroyed. Xiaofeng, this man has truly black guts. He told you to bring my head back. What other purpose is there? I continue to ask.